Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you're enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 4. We are learning Unit 3. Its title is Markets in Big Cities of Pakistan. Today's lecture 7, my dear fellow teachers. This lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. And my dear students, today under the title of listening and speaking, we are going to learn how to express likes and dislikes, and we are going to cover page number 27 of your book. Before this, in English for grade 3, I have already taught you how to express your likes and dislikes. So I hope you remember. If not, you may watch this video lecture again. And today we are going to learn further to identify and use previously learned and more formulaic expressions of greetings, routine social courtesies, and some communicative functions according to the age, gender, and status of the addressee. Use appropriate expressions in conversation to express likes and dislikes. These are our today's SLOs. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah 39, verse 17, "Give good news to those of my servants who listen to what is said and follow what is the best." Yes, my dear students, it's a beautiful verse which tells us it's a good news. For whom? The servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is saying my servants, because they listen whatever is said to them and they follow the best of the instructions. So this is how we, in our listening and speaking lesson, we do listen and we speak. So let's start our lesson. First, you tell me, what are your likings and dislikings, and what do likings and dislikings of a person reflect? So pause the video and answer these questions to your teacher. Yes, my dear students, I hope you have mentioned many of your likings and dislikings, and definitely the likings and dislikings of a person reflects the personality of that person. All right, and we should try to mold our likings and dislikings according to the sunnahs of our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. So when we communicate, what does communication mean? When we talk to each other. One is the person who says something, and addressee is the person to whom you are saying something. So when we communicate, we should be careful about few things. The first is according to age. What does it mean? The way you talk to your friend, to your age fellows, is different from the way you talk to your elders. The way you talk to your friend, to your brother, is different, and in the same way you cannot talk to your mother and your father. So what should you do? When you are talking to your elder, you should talk respectfully. And likewise, when you are talking with or about your youngers, you should be kind. All right. So when we are talking, when we are communicative, the person to whom, the addressee to whom we are talking, we should be careful about the age, and we should use appropriate words according to the age of the person. The second thing we should be careful is gender. What does gender mean? Either we talk to males or females. So when we meet with our friends, if a boy meets with his friend, they should greet each other. And how do we greet? Being Muslims, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and the other person says Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. But when you are communicating to opposite gender, okay, first of all, but I want to tell you, girls cannot be friends with boys, and boys cannot be friends with girls. All right, so we should be careful about it wherever we are. So boys are friends with boys, girls are friends with girls. And in case we want to talk to opposite gender, means a girl wants to talk to a boy, it should be to the point, a relevant talk. We cannot chit chat with opposite gender. All right, so we should be careful about it. And the third thing we should be careful about is the status of the person to whom we are talking. For example, the way we talk with our friends is different from the way we talk to a friend of our mothers. Like you are walking with your mother and she finds one of her friends, she stops over. So how will you talk? You should be very respectful. You should say salam and you should behave very nicely because you are dealing with the person. You have to be careful about the status. And likewise, when you are dealing or communicating with your teachers, with your principal, you should know the manners to deal with, to communicate with elders. And the key is whenever we deal with elders, we should be respectful. And whenever we deal with youngers, we should be kind, right? So while today's lecture, we'll keep all these things in mind when it will be our turn to speak. All right. The next thing is, now all of you open your book on page number 27. What we are supposed to do under the title of listening and speaking. We are going to express our likes and dislikes. Okay. When it comes to express our likes, we can easily, I like this, I like this. But when it comes to express our dislike, something which we may not like, for those things, we should also be careful and we should use proper words. For example, here the example is given. I don't like junk food. I like to drink milk. It makes me strong. All right. So I don't like junk food. That's okay. Rather, it's good. You should like healthy food. So this is how when we express, we should be using proper words. The next boy is saying, I am fond of eating cheese popcorns. Now, cheese popcorns are also healthy choice. You see, the three siblings are sitting, two brothers and one sister, and they are telling their choices. All right. And the third boy is saying, I am not into sweet things. Now, beta, you see, I'm not into sweet things. It's very appropriate. Instead of saying, I don't like this, what is this? No, that's not the right way. Whenever you are expressing yourself, it should be nice. I'm not into sweet things. I don't want to eat many sweet things. So what do I like? I like to eat salty chips. Okay, so this is how our choices vary. We can like something, we may like less something. Okay, so we should know how to express it. Are you clear? It's very simple. All right, now it's your turn. It's our activity time. What you are going to do now, this activity is given in your book. You will come in front of the class and you will express your likes and dislikes by using proper expressions. All right. So teachers, once again, it's children time. Let them speak, let them express themselves and kindly keep correcting them wherever they need. So pause the video. All of you enjoy this activity. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. So it's time for your homework. What you are going to do, you will write few sentences about your likes and dislikes using proper expressions the way we learnt in the class. And I'm giving you worksheet. Again, my fellow teachers, these worksheets, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, links are given. You may click it, download it. Kindly take prints of worksheet and give printed worksheet to students for practice. And students, what you are going to do here, there are two characters, their likes and dislikes have been mentioned. You have to complete this table looking at the picture, and you have to complete this dialog box of the conversation of two boys, what they are going to say accordingly, right? So in this way, what we have learned today, we learned that while communicating with others, we use appropriate expressions according to age, gender, and status of the addressee. Addressee means the person we are talking with. And we learned to use appropriate expressions in conversation to express likes and dislikes. So in this way, we achieved our today's SLO to identify and use previously learnt and more formulaic expressions of greeting, routine social courtesies, and some communicative functions according to the age, gender, and status of the addressee. Use appropriate expressions in conversation to express likes and dislikes. Yes, my dear children, are we done with it? Yes, and once again, we thoroughly enjoyed doing it. That's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till the time, keep practicing, keep learning, take very good care of yourself and the people around you. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.